Good morning, Unity Spiritual Center Westlake, and welcome to our Sunday live stream service for July 12th, 2020. Unity Spiritual Center holds the vision to be love in action, honoring the divine in all. I honor the divine in you, and you are called to honor the divine in everyone that you meet. That's what we're here to learn about, to practice, and to grow through. So if that sounds like something that resonates with you, you're in the right place, here in this place. Let's go to Bonnie and Jerry.
Well, good morning and happy Sunday. We're so glad you've joined us here in this place. And no matter where you find yourself this morning, inside of you is where you'll find the presence of God. Please join me here in this place. Knowing who we really are, that we are called to carry our light and shine it all over the world. Here in this place, we find acceptance. Here in this place, we find connection. Here in this place inside, we find the presence of God. We find the presence of God.
Thank you, Bonnie and Jerry. Here in this place, we continue to find ways to connect with one another. Even though the church building is closed, we have not closed. And we find many ways to connect with one another online as well as through phone calls throughout our week. I wanted to share a couple of those ways with you. First of all, we have a couple of classes happening at 12:30 today. In our Connecting in Community Zoom room, Virginia Collins will be there again facilitating Heart Math. So if you'd like to come and learn some more about the tools of Heart Math and how to access that wisdom of your heart, join Virginia in our Connecting in Community Zoom room at 12:30 this afternoon. And then Michelle Coles is doing a class on Seeing the Bible with New Eyes. It's a class on metaphysical Bible interpretation. That is also happening in a Zoom room, but you have to get registered for that class so that you can get that link. So you can do that online on our website, unityspiritualcenter.com. As soon as this service is done, go register for that class, and then you'll get the link and you can join Michelle for that class at 12:30 today. We have an outdoor picnic next Sunday at 1 o'clock on Unity Grounds. We are looking for ways to connect us together on Unity Grounds. And so next Sunday at 1 p.m., bring a blanket, bring some chairs, bring a picnic lunch. Come join us as we greet one another live on Unity Grounds following our live stream service. So we've started that at 1 o'clock so that you've got time to finish the service and get over to Unity. I look forward to seeing you there. And then finally, I want to remind everybody that we are having an outdoor service now every Saturday until August 15th. Michelle Coles, our beloved Michelle Coles, who is a Unity student at Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute, becoming a Unity minister herself, is facilitating this Saturday evening service along with Greg Scudderin and Jesse St. Christopher, who are providing the music. That service takes place at 5 p.m. each week. And Greg wanted to make sure that I let you know that by that time of the day, there is plenty of shade on Unity Hall grounds. So you don't have to worry about the hot sun beating down on you for that service. Come and join us. We'd love to see you there. I think that's it for me. So we're going to go back to Bonnie and Jerry, who are going to lead us through our song, Water.
Well, even in the midst of a pandemic, I want to be like water, and there are some surprises for me in life, even with all that's going on, if I can just let go of expectations of what everything has to look like and just flow like water. So please join me with Water by Daniel Nahmod. Always seems the hardest when I make up my story.
So I'm going with the flow again. Second week in a row, I forgot to mention the women's retreat. The women's retreat is taking place this coming Saturday, the 18th, on Unity Grounds from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. So if you'd like to join our women for that, please be sure to visit our website and register for that this week. Our daily word for today is guidance. I am divinely guided. Guidance can be easy to find in the outer world. Maps and GPS technology can help me navigate my way just about anywhere. Everywhere I go, there are signs marking streets, adorning storefronts, and providing just about every kind of information and opinion imaginable. Spiritual guidance often is not as evident, but it is much more valuable. This guidance can come to me as a persistent tug on my attention, as a gut feeling or intuition, or even a dream as I sleep. I pay attention to the guidance I receive and step out in faith to move my step in its direction. I know that the spirit of wisdom and love within me are always guiding me to blessings of greater peace, love, and prosperity. And from the book of Psalms, chapter 25, verse 4, make me to know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Guidance is our word for today. I am divinely guided. We're going to go back to Bonnie and Jerry, who are going to lead us into our time of prayer and meditation with Let Go of the Shore. With us is our prayer chaplain today, and Roberta returns with another beautiful meditation on simple gifts. And then we have a surprise guest for you for our music today. So I'm going to keep that a secret until they show up. Bonnie and Jerry.
And when we allow ourselves to be divinely guided, then we can just let go of the shore, and just let the water carry you into the mystery that is all around us right now. Please join me as we center into our time of prayer and meditation. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. You have all you need, it's all inside of you. Just close your eyes and breathe and know that you are safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Float into the mystery.
As we move into affirmative prayer, we center ourselves, breathing in and breathing out, connecting our hearts and our minds to this present breath of now. Find that place of peace, gratitude, and joy within your heart, and allow this energy to flow out to our earth and our world today. I see the intelligence and divinity of God when I connect to the beauty of nature. There is no chaos, fear, hate, despair, or not enoughness within me as I sit in this present moment with the divine. I see the wisdom of the universe unfolding through the trees, the wind, the water, the rocks, the sun, the clouds, the rain, the storms. There is ease and grace in the lessons offered to me when I choose to become still, silent, listen, and pray. The thoughts of worry and fear vanish when I see the power and strength of God in nature. God is present for all that is. In this moment, I stand in my own power and I breathe. I am strong, grounded, uplifted, and energized. I trust myself to listen and to know what I am being called to do in every moment. I am deeply connected to my own divine nature. Take a moment of silence to send peace and blessing to all of those you are praying with and for today. We pray for the healing of our country and for the unity consciousness to surround our world. We see each one in the light of God and affirm harmony and grace in the unfolding of all life as we share our July community prayer. In the silence of prayer, I receive inner power, peace, and confidence. The presence of God within me is a limitless source of faith, strength, and calm. I rest in the knowledge that God is continually guiding me. I am relaxed. We give thanks for this opportunity to pray together today and for all our wonderful virtual unity community. We are so grateful for the grace that enfolds all of us through these challenging times. We share our blessings and send this grace out into the world and bless all. Let it be so, and let light and love prevail on earth. Amen and amen. I am Karen Kashmir, serving as your prayer chaplain today. I will be available to connect, listen, and pray with you in the Zoom room after service today.
Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shall not be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be fair, 'tis a gift to wake and breathe the morning air. And when we are on the path we choose, 'tis a gift we pray we shall never lose. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shall not be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. 'Tis a gift to be loving, 'tis the best gift of all, like a silent rain, it blesses where it falls, and knowing we are that love will believe 'tis sweeter to give than it is to receive. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shall not be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right.
Hello, Unity of Westlake. This is Daniel Nahmod. I'm sitting here in my studio in Orange County, California, a long ways away from you. Apparently, I'm not getting on any airplanes anytime soon. It's kind of a shame. I would love to be there in person to sing for you. But given that that doesn't seem like a very practical solution, I'm still thrilled that I get to sing for you today. And here's the first song. It's a song from an album called Water. I hope you enjoy. So I came to the fork of a river, and I didn't know which way I should go. I had no map, no compass, no driver, precious little information to show. It can be hard in this life to make decisions, and it's an altogether common thing to fail. But as I surveyed my current situation, I decided to just go ahead and sail. There is no one way, there is no foolproof plan, no fateful final chance. I just wake up each day, do the best I can, and when I hear the music, dance. I confess I get confused quite often. Seems sometimes I hardly ever get it right. But I think life's about just facing fear and trying. So I'll just point my little boat towards the light. There is no one way, there is no foolproof plan, no fateful final chance. I just wake up each day, do the best I can, and when I hear the music, dance. So whatever you're facing, just remember this: that control you've been craving cannot be. Just take a long deep breath and surrender it. You'll be alright, you'll see. There is no one way, there is no foolproof plan, no fateful final chance. I just wake up each day, do the best I can, and when I hear the music, dance. There is no one way, there is no foolproof plan, no fateful final chance. So just wake up each day, do the best you can, and when you hear the music, dance. When you hear the music, dance. When you hear the music, dance. Thanks.
Well, I trust that was a fabulous surprise for you. What a joy to have Daniel Nahmod with us in our Sunday service, and what a fabulous idea that was, Bonnie, to think about inviting him. So I trust you enjoyed that, and Daniel will be back after my message. We are continuing on in our series on the lessons of the turtle, and you'll recall that Turtle had an accident that left him flat on his back, which is not a good place for a turtle to be. An owl comes along and share some wisdom with Turtle. And so I'm going to continue on in the story because our story today kind of fills in where we have been thus far. I understand, said Turtle. The gift of the accident is the lesson of choice. We each choose our own way through life. We choose where we will walk. We can choose to live right side up. The gift of the tree is the lesson of honor. We honor ourselves by coming to know ourselves, our potential, our passion, and our purpose. When we take time to learn about ourselves, we will find our special place in the universe. The gift of the cloud is the lesson of affirmation. Our affirmations are dreams, wonderful and lofty dreams that we express as if they have already come to pass. We repeat them until we believe them. Then we repeat them because we believe them. And we will eventually realize our aspirations. Then the gift of the butterfly is to live in the now. Now is the time to decide to truly live, to make time for solitude, and to make time for action. And now I would like some action. My life is literally upside down, and I've had enough of this. Owl, would you please help me get back on my feet? You know I'd write you if I could, said Owl. I'm afraid we'll just have to be patient a little bit longer. What do you mean we, said Turtle. Is there someone else here lying on their back? Well, as long as you have to stay put, you might as well enjoy another gift, Owl encouraged. Do you see that mountain over there? I see something huge looming above me, said Turtle. But that is not a mountain. What? I know the mountain, Turtle explained. I run, or should I say I walk up against it all the time. The mountain is a steep rise in my path. It's an obstacle that, like a tree, is mostly just in the way. But that huge thing, that doesn't look like a mountain, any mountain I've ever seen. As with the tree, said Owl, you have only seen the bottom of the mountain. But there is much to it, as you now know. The mountain, too, brings us a gift. Not that I'll ever get back on my feet again to appreciate it, said Turtle. The gift of the mountain, continued Owl, is the lesson of goals. If one is to ascend to the mountain's summit, one must take numerous steps. Each step is a small goal. Though the mountain is high, the top can be reached one step at a time. But the gift of the cloud is the lessons of affirmation, said Turtle. Affirmations are dreams oft repeated until they are attained. Why do we need the lesson of goals? The clouds give us something to aim for. The mountain helps get us there. Climbing the mountain brings us closer to the clouds, said Owl. There are mornings I look to the mountains and I cannot see the top, for it is obscured by the clouds. The mountain can take you all the way up to your lofty clouds. We reach our dreams by believing and acting on our affirmations. And we act by ascending higher and higher, one step at a time. The mountain has much to teach us about taking small steps to reach lofty ends. So the lesson of the mountain is a lesson in how to ascend, said Turtle, and how to act, how to get from one place to another, and how to finally accomplish that thing that will turn your life right side up. The gift of the mountain is the lesson of goals. Small steps pursued daily will achieve the grandest of results. Today's lesson is the gift of the mountain. So I love this particular one. I have been thinking about this idea of goals, and I don't know, I have ideas of where I'm heading to, but an actual goal that I'm holding, like I will do this, I haven't really lived my life much that way. In fact, I think about when I came to Unity Spiritual Center Westlake, there was nowhere in my mind that I had set a goal that said I want to be at a new spiritual community. I just kind of went with the flow of my life, kind of like that water that Bonnie and Jerry sing about each week, and I kept moving my life in a direction, not realizing where I was heading, and somehow I ended up here. So goals is something that I really have not focused a lot on. But what I do like is the idea of intentions. I like living my life intentionally. And so I'm going to bring us this particular lesson from this idea of intention and how it might be a little bit different than goals, because I think intention actually fits a little bit more in line with what Steve is talking about. Because what he tells us is that the gift of the mountain is the gift of steps that we take each day to attain that goal. And when I live my life with intention, then I make my steps according to that intention, and every day I get to ask myself, am I living this day intentionally? Am I doing what's mine to do? Am I following that divine wisdom and that divine guidance that is within me? And that helps me to stay step by step here in my life with the underlying intention, as I said last week. I think it was last week. I think it might have been 2 weeks ago. It was about my purpose, right? To be that, raise that consciousness of love within myself and others so that I can create a world and support a world that works for all. So if I were to have a goal, that's it. How can I live my life from this place of love each and every day so that I can reveal a world that works for all? And I can take intentional steps every day to get myself there. In the book, Steve put me right back on my back, stuck here upside down, and I forget. So I've got to go back to all of those gifts that we've already had and realign myself, get myself back on track, and ask, what's one small step I can take to begin climbing that mountain again? So here's what happened to me this week. As you know, last week's message was about the butterfly and the caterpillar sitting in the goo of life. Here we are, sitting in the goo of life. We can't force something to happen here. We are all here experiencing this particular moment together in a lot of mystery because we don't have any idea where all of this is heading exactly. So here I woke up one day kind of in that goo of life, in that uncomfortable place, not really feeling all that excited or enthusiastic. And we had a 10 a.m. Zoom call that day. I went into the 10 a.m. Zoom call, and we were starting that day reading on gratitude. We have restarted this class. This is the third time through, and our booklet that we're using this time is 30 Days of Gratitude. So this was just day one. And as I read the reading that day, I let the group know afterwards, you know what? I am not in a great place today. I'm not feeling very good, and I need to get myself righted. So I can't wait to hear the wisdom of this group. And by the time that hour was done, I had allowed myself to admit the goo that I was sitting in. I had allowed myself to be in that place in this now moment, to reach out and to share, here's where I'm at. And all my fabulous friends that are there in that Zoom room every day reminded me of the truth. Reminded me to find that gratitude within, reminded me to see that there is something good in every day. And what I was able to see in that now moment was the good that was being present within everyone and the words that they were speaking. And they helped me to get right side up again. Now the turtle isn't at right side up, and I know I'll find myself on my back again. But it did help me to right myself in that moment because I remembered once more, I've got to just take one small step. One small step. What's mine to do today? What's mine to do in this moment? What's mine to do right now? I don't have to figure it all out. Now that's part of the goo for me because with all that we are experiencing right now, I don't know where we're going. And when all of this began, to be honest with you, I was not upside down on my back. I was excited. I was enthusiastic. All I could think about is what can I do to connect us as community right here, right now. And every day I just worked at that, one day at a time. But here we are, almost 4 months later. Whoever thought that we would be here 4 months later? And now it's like stretching out before me, and I don't know where it's all heading, and I've kind of lost my way. What do I do? What can we do? How do I continue to connect everybody? And it was like in that moment that I was stuck in the goo, I was also stuck in not knowing my way. It just seemed overwhelming. But the gift of the mountain reminds me I don't have to see all the way up. All I have to see is the terrain that's here in front of me. And I have to just take one step. How do you climb a mountain? You climb a mountain one step at a time. So what's my overall purpose, my overall vision, my overall goal? I come back to, it's to be love in every moment. It's to encourage each one to be that love in every moment. It's to remember that we're creating a world that works for everyone. All right, there's the mountaintop. Now what's one thing that I can do today to bring myself up that mountain path? I don't have to know how to get all the way from here, all the way up to the top of the mountain. The gift of the mountain is that I can just take one step at a time. So I go back to my denials. This goo has no power over me. I will sit in it for a moment so that I can transform, but I will allow that power and that presence that is God, that is within me, to move me once more through that wisdom within, through that love that I have, through the understanding of knowing that God is here in the midst of it all. So I want to invite you to think about that idea, right? Here we are. We're in the midst of this. I know we're getting anxious. I know we'd like it to be done. I know we're getting impatient. I know we want to get together again. I know we want to see Unity Halls open again. But this is the goo we're in right now. So what can you and I do in this moment to be patient, which is also part of the gift of the mountain? Because if you can't climb the mountain all at once, you have to patiently take one step at a time, overcoming every obstacle that gets in your way. I've been on plenty of nature walks where I'm walking along and all of a sudden there's a boulder in the way, or there's a tree that's fallen over that wasn't fallen over last week, and I've got to figure out how I'm going to get over it. And obstacles show up on our path all the time. So we have an obstacle to overcome here. Can we patiently overcome it by simply taking one step today? One step today, getting through this day, and then tomorrow, and then the next. And eventually, we will find ourselves at the summit of this mountain, back in Unity Hall again. So I want to say something about obstacles, because this is sometimes what we can do. When an obstacle arises, we can say, oh, I guess this is not what the divine wanted me to do, because look, here's this obstacle in my way. But that, I think we need to step back from. Go to what our daily word reminded us today, which is divine guidance, and sit with that question. Really, is this obstacle here to totally get me off of this path and onto something else? Or am I still feeling like this is mine to do, but now I've got to figure out how to overcome the obstacle? Because it is in overcoming the obstacles, in overcoming the challenges, in overcoming those days when we feel less than or tired or we can't do it anymore. It's in overcoming the technology issues. It's in overcoming that we finally can find our way to the top, and in the process be strengthened, be uplifted, find possibilities we never knew existed. Possibilities like bringing Daniel Namod into a service. Who thought of that before all of this began? But here we are with this obstacle of bringing you a live stream, and Bonnie, open to that divine idea, taking one step at a time each week, got that divine idea of Daniel. And he was with us today, and he'll be back with us today. These are the beautiful opportunities that we have as we overcome obstacles, step by step, patiently moving forward in our lives, simply coming back into a remembrance that the divine and I are one, and that I am here to shine my light. So what's one thing I can do today? What's one smile I can give? What's one action I can take to reach out to a neighbor, to say I'm thinking about you? What's one phone call I can make to somebody that I haven't touched base with yet in a while? What is one way that I can find to connect today that is out of the box for me, but that this moment is calling me to? Because here we are, stuck in the goo of this moment, perhaps still upside down on our backs, wondering how we're going to turn it around. And we're reminded by Owl to simply take one step at a time to move to that place of the summit, which we will get to as we all work together. So I know, I have to practice this. I was reminded of that this week in that Zoom class and how wonderful it was to practice with that group of people. So I want to share with you our spiritual practice for this week. So I'm going to pull it up here. This week, I'm inviting you to consider the areas of your life that you have desired to transform. Remember, we've been thinking about that all along. What in your life through this experience is asking to be transformed? If we don't rush through this experience, if we don't get impatient through this experience, if we don't try to avoid this experience, if we pretend this experience isn't happening, we're missing a fabulous opportunity to be still, to listen to that divine guidance, and to determine and discern what areas of my life are seeking to be transformed through this. You've created your denials and affirmations. You've focused your life in the present moment. And now I'm inviting you to consider this week what is one step, however small, that you can take each day to support you in demonstrating your intention and your transformation. One step at a time is all that it takes. It can be a small step. It doesn't have to be a big one. We can climb an entire mountain one small step at a time. We can move through the challenges in this life one small step at a time. We can encourage one another one small step at a time. We can find our way one small step at a time. As long as we keep moving forward, we will get there. It's guaranteed because you climb a mountain one step at a time. You move through life's challenges one step at a time. And eventually, those challenges will pass and the joy of accomplishment will have taken place and we'll probably find ourselves right side up. Turtle's still not right side up. Maybe next week. Meanwhile, I'm wondering how you are doing with these spiritual practices. I didn't get any this week. I love to share these. So as you practice that this week, come back and send me an email, RevJoanne@unityspiritualcenter.com, and let me know how you are practicing these ideas. What small step are you committed to taking? That's what it takes, commitment. And as we live intentionally, our intentions will be realized. Well, I know Daniel has some more to share with us about this particular time and what he's learned through this particular time. So we're going to go back to Daniel, and he's got a couple of fabulous songs that he's going to be singing with us and also sharing some of his wisdom.
This next song is actually a couple of songs. The second one is a song from the Water album called Everything New. And I can't think of a time when everything has been so new and strange and unknowable as right now. The first song that I feel is going to lead into it nicely is a song that I wrote years ago, 2001, 2002. It's called Get Ready, My Soul. I wrote these lines a long time ago. Get ready, my soul, I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love and the sweetest kind of life. Those lines have a different meaning for me these days. The malls are closed, the airports are closed, the restaurants are closed, the movie theaters are closed, the Broadway theaters are closed. Where are we supposed to spend money to load up on luxury goods? Where are we supposed to feel rich? Where are we supposed to consume like many of us do, kind of instinctively and naturally and culturally here in America anyway? The answer is we can't. And I think something very interesting has been laid bare in this new world of ours. And that is that I think few of us, maybe I'm projecting, but I don't think so. Few of us are craving the luxury goods.
what we are craving collectively, individually, what we're crying out for, some of us literally, is connection, is humanity, is contact and touch and kindness, is company. We're craving each other. We're craving a deeper kind of love and a sweeter kind of life. And the sweeter kind of life ain't the 5-star resort, maybe for most of us. It just isn't. It's not the first-class ticket on the plane. The sweeter kind of life we're craving is the life where we get to hug each other again. See what you think and feel as you're listening to these 2 songs set together as a kind of a medley.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Wanna sing with me? Get ready. Get ready, my soul. Diving in. I'm diving into the deepest kind of love, and to the deepest kind of love, the sweetest kind of life, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think I finally learned to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Yeah. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Yeah. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. And I've survived many times before. Broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Yeah. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new. So get ready. Get ready, my soul. Thanks.
Thank you, Daniel, for your words of wisdom, both in the stories that you share and the songs that you sing. I love the idea that we are diving in to a deeper kind of life and a sweeter kind of love. And that's what we are about, that deep dive into spirit and into the sweetness of love. That's what Unity Spiritual Center is here to support you in, stretching and growing into those ways of being. And so we come up with as many things as we can think of to support you on that path. And now you get to practice the generosity of recognizing and realizing what you have received from Unity Spiritual Center, and to discern what you might decide to give back to support our center in thriving not only through these times, but through all times, so that we can bring these timeless unity teachings to people throughout the world, throughout time. So I'm going to invite you to be still for a minute and to discern what is yours to give. And in that discernment, I will just share with you once more the many ways that we have for you to make that donation. From our website's donate button on unityspiritualcenter.com, to our Facebook page right here on our live stream that's happening on Facebook. There's a donate button there, or on our page itself. Through text to give, 84321. Text whatever amount you'd like to give. And finally, thank you to each one who continues to send checks through the mail, 23855 Detroit Road, Westlake, Ohio, 44145. And so as you discern what is yours to give, I'm just inviting you to pause for a moment with me so that we can bless our offering today. Focused on faith, I perceive the truth of divine abundance by which I prosper. And with that, as you discern what is yours to give, the practice of generosity, we're going to go back to Daniel one more time. He's got a beautiful song, Kind Child, that he's going to share with us.
We look around the world right now and we see so much hurt, so much confusion, so much division, so much anger. It's a natural feeling to wonder, what can I possibly do about any of this? What a mess. It's overwhelming. But I am always reminded that it's never been my job to heal the world's hurts, or to bridge the world's divides, or to feed the world's hungry. That has never been my job. Only my ego thinks that that's my job. My soul knows that the job that's mine to do is to heal the divide in my own home, or on my own block, or in my own town, to heal the hurt of the person next door to me, or a family member, a neighbor. Right in front of me on any given day is an opportunity to do good. That is how I heal the world, because I'm not the only one. Billions of us are doing that together. And that thought gives me hope that together we are in the process of steering this ship to a better world. This song is a small idea, and a very personal idea as well. But I hope you enjoy it. It was new over Thanksgiving when I released it on my latest album. That feels like years ago now. But I thought I'd share it with you today, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you take good care. And I especially hope to see you and sing for you in person sometime soon. Lately I've been thinking about what motivates me to give a couple dollars to a stranger on the street, to hold the door, carry groceries, help a neighbor in need. When history repeats itself in headlines every day, solutions never big enough for problems that we face. As a man, as a dad, what difference can I make? 'Cause I know better than to think I'll be remembered for a favor or a quarter or a smile. Oh, but maybe before I return to sender, I can do one thing worthwhile. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to raise a kind child. Sure would help if our boy went and got an MBA and took care of his artist mom and dad in their old age. But let's face it, Wall Street probably isn't in his DNA. But when his first grade teacher said she wanted us to know, it's Jude who always comforts any kid who sits alone, there's just so much pride my heart can take. My retirement can wait. 'Cause I know better than to think I'll be remembered for a fortune or a pension or a prize. Oh, but maybe before I return to sender, I'll have done one thing worthwhile. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to raise a kind child. I don't want him to think the world is his to save. It's too much pressure anyway, it can't be done. I don't want him to think he has to be a saint, 'cause the truth is saints don't have any fun.
mostly I just hope, my boy, you'll come to understand. No 401k or GPA can make a happy man. It's having roots, doing good, helping out where you can. So put down roots, do some good, take somebody's hand. And you'll know better than most what really matters, what makes living this life worthwhile. And there may come a day your own kids will remember how their granddad used to say with a smile that he raised. We raised a kind child. Thank you again. Take good care.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for joining us today, sharing your inspiration and your songs. So we'll pause for a minute and give thanks. I just invite you to take a breath with me. And as we release our breath, we just acknowledge that divine power and presence that continues to inspire us with divine ideas, individually, collectively. We are so grateful to be doing the work that is ours to do, and for the support that we receive through donations of this community. And we bless the donations, we bless the givers, and we are grateful. So I forgot to mention our organization for the month, because we have brought back our 1% giving. And our 1% giving this month is going to a fabulous organization called One Health. The mission of One Health is to develop, sustain, and nurture healthy bonds between animals and people. And they do that by helping individuals who have financial difficulty meeting their vet bills. So thank you to everybody who contributes, knowing that 1% of those donations this month will be going to One Health. That brings us to another live stream. Couple of things I want to make sure you know. We've got some greens out by Unity Hall again today. Thank you to our Earth Care Ministry and their Grow Tower that they began. So those greens will be available until they run out today. And of course, our Earth Care Ministry graciously receives any love offering that you would like to give for those greens. Remember, again, that the Zoom room is open as soon as the service ends. We've got some fellowship time. I usually have people join me every week for that. So come join me, Connecting in Community Zoom room. You'll find that link on our website. Remember Michelle Coles' class? Go sign up for that now so you get that link. And Virginia's class on HeartMath this afternoon. And I will look forward to being with you next week when we have the gift of friends as our message. And now we're going to conclude with the closing songs and Bonnie and Jerry.
And so as we do every week, we join together our hearts and our hands if you're with other people, and if not, just see a circle around the entire world of hand by hand by hand as we focus on the idea of peace. It begins with you and with me, so let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Please join me. Family be that light and take it out into the world and shine it brightly, your own unique expression. Have a great week.